Ah, yes, Dark Souls 2, the aged milk of the series, the one that everyone pretends doesn't exist. Well, I unfortunately don't get that luxury because I've tasked myself with getting the Dark Souls 2 Platinum. And let's just say that it was certainly an experience. Please, Smelter, stop, game, how is this fair? How is this fair? How is that fair? Oh, how was that fair? How was that fair, game? Like a needy girlfriend, Dark Souls 2 also requires a lot of time and effort if you're planning on going steady with it to obtain its lustrous platinum trophy. For starters, you'll need to do all the standard Dark Souls stuff like beating the game, finding all the covenants, and collecting all the spells, miracles, pyromancies, etc. And yes, Dark Souls 2 also requires everyone's favorite Dark Souls activity, grinding hours on end for covenant items. Wait, pick a item. Oh my god, there it is. Thank you, game. I actually got one. They exist. My god. Thankfully, though, we only have to whore ourselves out for 3 covenants this time around, instead of 500 like Dark Souls 3. So, strap in, because it's time to watch me suffer as I slowly descend into madness, going for the Dark Souls 2 Platinum. No way! No way, dude. That's so funny, actually. I'm not even mad, that's genuinely comical. Typically, when platinuming any game, you'd start at, well, the beginning of the game. But because I technically started this platinum back in 2022 before I became the degenerate I am today, a trophy hunter, I had the chance to bypass a lot of pain and suffering if I didn't start New Game Plus, that is. But if I had, then I'd essentially be forced to start from scratch besides the 17 trophies I had obtained naturally during my first playthrough. So, I booted up Dark Souls 2 to see whether or not I'd be looking into therapy. Here's my character, level 158. Oh, please don't let it be a New Game Plus. If it's in New Game Plus, it's gonna be so bad. How I'll know is I'm gonna rest at the bonfire. If I don't have any of the places unlocked, I'm f***ed. Oh, yes! Oh, I can do the cleanup, holy f***. Wait, this is actually amazing. But little did I know just how much work I had ahead of me, and it was all because of 3 little mistakes I made that ended up not being so little. The first of these mistakes is arguably the dumbest one you can make in Dark Souls, being that I had consumed most of my boss souls like a total sucker, meaning that I'd have to go back and redo some of the more annoying fights, like one of my least favorite bosses in all of Dark Souls, the Darklurker, which is one of my least favorite fights in the series, not because I actually dislike the boss or anything, but rather because of its downright sadistic runback that even have Jigsaw wake up in a cold sweat. Unlike any of the other runbacks in the series, this one involves you having to defeat 4 NPCs in a row in order to have the right to challenge it. And if you happen to die during this fight, God bless your soul, because that means you'll have to go back through the gauntlet of NPC hell to even get another chance to fight it again. And as you could probably guess, this did not go well. How did that connect? How did that connect? I was like a football field away. I was like on the other side of the planet. How did that touch me, dude? I have to just bank on the other one not being a cuck right now. I couldn't have planned that better even if I tried, dude. But eventually, after inducing several concussions from all the beatings I took from the Darklurker, I finally was able to return the favor and sent it back to the Shadow Realm where it belongs. Yes, holy shit. Finally. Holy f***, I did not have to do that to myself, but I did. From here, I continue cleaning up whatever trophies I could along the way, whether they involve selling out to other covenants, or feeling buyer's remorse after completing the buy to win side quest for spending 15k souls on an up and coming business. Needless to say, I was getting more trophies than a mom with no spending limit during a Black Friday sale. While I was getting all these trophies with relative ease, I was also breezing through all the miscellaneous collectibles that I had missed along the way. Dead depth perception? Oh my god. Well, mostly anyway. However, this all came to a crashing halt when I realized my next mistake. One that I'd paid dearly for. I had apparently locked myself out of 2 missable side quests because, as I said before, I am not a smart man. Because of this, I'd be forced to do both the Navlan and Lucatiel side quests in New Game Plus. Navlan's side quest isn't that bad to do, but Lucatiel's is a little more annoying. But we'll get into why that is later. Okay, she just took a lot of damage. Just go in the fog. She died? What do you mean she died? It? So, after going through and cleaning up everything I could, I jumped in the New Game Plus and truly began my Dark Souls 2 adventure. For the most part, Dark Souls 2 isn't the hardest game in the world. Sure, it has its moments that make me wish I were in a psych ward in the 1950s for that free lobotomy, but overall, the game isn't that hard. Well, in comparison to the other Soulsborne games anyway. Oh my. Because of this, I was essentially on autopilot for a good chunk of the game, trying to light all the primal bonfires and defeat the 4 old ones for those New Game Plus exclusive items. The first of these 4 bosses that I went for was the Lost Sinner, who didn't really seem all that lost to me. The only one who was actually lost was my not so capable friend Lucatiel that I was forced to bring along with me since her side quest requires that you summon her for 3 out of 4 specific boss fights, being the Flexile Sentry, Smelter Demon, the Rotten, and the Lost Sinner. At first I tried summoning her to beat the Lost Sinner 3 times in a row, since you can just summon her for the same fight over and over again to save time, but I quickly realized how dumb this was because of how annoying the run up to this boss is, and because this boss actually sucks to fight if you don't light up the room, which I might or might not have forgotten you could do, because as I said before, I am not a smart man. So I instead decided to fight the Flexile Sentry 2 times in a row and the Lost Sinner once, which ended up working out a lot better. I mean, there's no way in hell I'd even bother summoning her for the Smelter Demon because, well, you know, the Iron Keep. Speaking of, yes, the Iron Keep was just as miserable as it always is. Are you? No. Just let me. No. But eventually, I made my way through all the garbage and finally fought the Smelter Demon. Too bad I didn't realize that the camera was the actual boss of this fight and was handed a swift kick to the causing me to have to go back through the Iron Keep again, which was as fun as you would expect it to be. Thankfully, I beat the Smelter Demon on my next attempt since the camera decided to play nice. I wonder how long this will last for. Good game design. Really love this. Wow. And before I knew it, I had made it to the old Iron King, who died quicker than my expectations for Forspoken. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I did a flawless any % speedrun to the Black Gulch to quickly defeat the Rotten, and definitely didn't come across any issues along the way. Okay. Oh, okay, that was really cool. That was fun. That was really cool. But one thing that definitely did happen along the way was the fact that I got the Master of Hex trophy for obtaining the last hex I needed. Master of Hexes. And before I knew it, I had 3 out of the 4 old souls just leaving Duke's dear Freya, who actually wasn't all that bad. The only real issue I had was with the Royal Rat Authority. Stop missing! Stop! Please! Get it, hit it. Yes, okay, we win. I love that. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that an optional boss? Yeah, it is. But, you see, I needed its boss soul for the Pyromancy Acid Surge. And if you remember, I had consumed all of my boss souls, like I was making a mukbang video. So because of this, I had the displeasure of refighting the Royal Rat Authority. Here's the plan. Okay, why would you face that way? That was my plan, just got, okay, there's the toxic. Awesome start, I dare say. Thank you, Ryan, for consuming the fucking boss soul like a dumb f***. So, yeah, as you can see, I was having a great time. But the good times wouldn't end here because of yet another mistake I made. During my New Game Plus playthrough, I had made my way back through the doors of Pharos and got incredibly lost along the way. And in the state of madness, came across the Royal Rat Authority again, but obviously ignored it since I had already fought it during the cleanup phase. Eventually, after wandering around for God knows how long and doing some extensive research, I had somehow convinced myself that the Royal Rat Authority was a mandatory boss I had to fight to access Duke's dear Freya. Dude, there's no way. I was told specifically that the f***ing rat was optional. Can't believe I have to do this not once, but twice. So that is riveting stuff. So, yes. I really fought the Royal Rat Authority again. Die. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. You. I'm so sorry if you happen to have lost any brain cells during this moment of catastrophic stupidity, because I know I did. But hey, at the end of the day, all that matters is that I did eventually make it to Duke's dear Freya, who got obliterated quicker than I do every time I get sun exposure. And now, we were finally ready for the most exciting part of the Dark Souls 2 Platinum, Covenant grinding. Sunlight Metal, off! I get jump scared every time, dude. But you don't want to see that. So I'll let past Ryan work on that, while we make our way through the exciting second half of the game. So yeah, I'm just going to this, so I should be able to... That doesn't make any sense. I literally have all 4 of the souls. What the f*** are you talking about? I seek mightier souls. So, fun fact, back when I killed Duke's dear Freya, I got the Pale Drake soul, thinking that it was her boss soul. But it's not. So I had to go all the way back through the land of spiders to where I fought Duke's dear Freya to pick up her actual boss soul. Great soul embraced. See, I just assumed that when you got the soul that was it, but I guess not. Now we can start the riveting second half of the game, starting things off with Drainledge Castle, which to my surprise wasn't all that bad this time around, with the Dragon Riders riding off to their early graves and the Looking Glass Knight facing his own mortality in the mirror. Little did I know that I'd shortly follow in his footsteps as I faced my own mortality, trying to make it through the Shrine of Amana. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. This is not a smart idea. You should not do this, but fuck it, we ball. Can't believe this is working. No! Oh, I wasn't paying attention. After God only knows how many deaths, I had successfully evaded the cavalry at the Shrine of Amana. only to die to the frog boss when it was literally one hit away from dying. So that was fun. Thankfully though, the next area doesn't have a cavalry unit trying to gun me down. Instead, the Undead Crypt has a ton of enemies from cheesy horror films sprinkled in with these random stealth sections that I had to sneak past Solid Snake style. Okay, I remember what to do. Don't make noise, I think is essentially what we're trying to do here. If you make noise, it's big sad. I have no idea what the right way is. God, did I hit the bell? I hit the bell. I hit the bell. Alright, it doesn't matter now. I hit the bell. Oh, dude, this area. Yeah, that's why you don't want to hit the bell. And before I knew it, I had made it to the end of the Undead Crypt in one piece after effortlessly taking down Valstrat, where I was rewarded with my long-awaited King's Ring, finally giving me access to Aldia's Keep for the last 2 trophies I can get in New Game Plus, being the long-awaited Lucatiel trophy. Yes! Lucatiel! And the Master of Sorcery trophy for obtaining all sorceries. Unleash magic. At this point, it's genuinely impressive how many mistakes I've made throughout this platinum experience. Fortunately for me, this one was super minor since I had only missed one spell. Now, in my defense, this spell is pretty hidden, but thankfully it's easy to get once you actually know where it is. So I made my way to this final spell to get the Master of Sorcery trophy for real this time. Alright, take 2. This should be the one for all pyromancies. There we go, Master of Sorcery. And with that done, there wasn't really anything else left to do in New Game Plus. Well, actually, there was one thing left to do. Sunlight Metal? Yes! Oh my god. Let's f***ing go, dude. There we go. Sunlight Spear. Wow, I'm glad that's done. Honestly, like, I'm really glad that Covenant grind is over. Okay, now there wasn't anything else left to do, aside from getting the platinum. So I beelined it to the end of the game, where I came face to face with the final boss of Dark Souls 2. Okay, I don't know how this fight works, and I'm not about to learn how, so... Oh, it's curse, huh? This is such a stupid fight. This is such a stupid fight, man. Dude, you can't even hit me. Oh my god, wow, what a fight this is. Good fight. Alright, GG. Dude, what the f was that fight? But I'm not quite done yet. Just like our good friend Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2 also has unique items that can only be found in New Game Plus. However, unlike Dark Souls 3, I don't have to lose my sanity speed running through Dark Souls 2 again because of the Shrine of Winter. Normally, the shrine only opens if you've obtained all 4 old souls, giving you access to Draenlich Castle, where I can buy the last 2 items I need for the platinum. However, you can actually open the doors of the shrine super early on. How? Well, by farming 3 million souls. Normally it would be 1 million, but because I'm in New Game Plus, I have to farm an additional 2 million. Thankfully though, there's an extremely quick and easy way to get the 3 million souls I need, and it's by farming everyone's favorite punching bag, the Rotten, which definitely didn't cause me to lose my sanity. No way, not this bull. No fucking way. But after fighting the Rotten way too many times, I eventually got the 3 million souls I needed, and made my way to Drainage Castle for the Dark Souls 2 Platinum. All right, this will give me the miracle for Master of Miracles. Very nice, very gamer. I'm gonna give it some time here. And once we buy this, that's the Platinum. So let me just, don't mind me, just boom, Master of Pyromancies. And the Dark Soul. And that was my Dark Souls 2 adventure. Despite how quickly things got out of hand and losing my sanity more times than I can count, I actually really enjoyed playing Dark Souls 2 again. Even though it didn't seem like it, I actually do like this game. I just think that some of it is absolute garbage. Climb down the ladder, climb down the ladder, climb down the... Going into this platinum, I thought it was going to be an extremely grueling process. But in actuality, it wasn't all that bad. The only part that I'd say was annoying was the sunlight metal grind, but that grind wasn't nearly as bad as the ones I did in Dark Souls 3. Speaking of, now that I have the Dark Souls 2 Platinum under my belt, there's only one more Soulsborne Platinum I have left, being Dark Souls Remastered. So at some point in the future, hopefully later this year, I'll be going for that Platinum as well. So if you want to see me Platinum Dark Souls Remastered, then please make sure to do all the cringy YouTubers say to do, like liking the video and subscribing, so you'll know whenever I get around to getting the Platinum. In the meantime, you could always watch me get the Dark Souls 3 Platinum if you haven't seen that video yet. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching the video. My name is Ryan Kelly, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.